Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a very new chapter, and the name of that chapter is accounting equation. So, in this chapter, we have to understand the meaning of accounting equation, then the effect of transaction on accounting equation, meaning of debit and credit, and rules regarding debit and credit. So, let's start. First of all, we have to know the meaning of accounting equation. What do you mean by accounting equation? Well, students, a business organization has their own properties, means some kinds of assets are required, fixed assets as well as current assets are required to set up a business and to run a business properly. In the same form, business is also liable to pay a lump sum amount to outsiders as well as the owner of the businessman. So, an accounting equation is a mathematical expression which shows that the assets and liabilities of a firm are equal. Means बिज़नेस की जो भी एसेट्स हैं, बिज़नेस की जो प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं, वो हमेशा किसके इक्वल रहेंगी? बिज़नेस की लाइबिलिटीज़ मीन्स बिज़नेस में जितना पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया है ओनर ने, मीन्स उसकी कैपिटल, प्लस बिज़नेस ने आउटसाइडर्स को जितना अमाउंट पे करना है, मीन्स लाइबिलिटीज़. सो एसेट्स always equal to liabilities plus capital is your accounting equation. So we have to represent the same equation in mathematical form. Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. So first of all, before starting the chapter, first of all we have to understand the meaning of balance sheet. What do you mean by balance sheet? Balance sheet is a statement which you have to prepare at the end of every financial year at a point of time. It shows the liabilities as well as assets of a business firm. So in a liability side, we have to show capital means the amount which is invested by a proprietor, owner of the business, in their business unit, and liabilities means the amount which business firm is liable to pay to the outsiders. In the next column of balance sheet, you have to write down, means in right side you have to write down assets means all the properties which a business firm has, means cash at bank. Debtors means the amount which you have to recover your customers, means regarding credit sale. Next one is stock in trade, stock, or you can say inventory, raw material, work in process, and finished goods, all are included in this term. Next one is furniture, the total number of items of furnitures which a business firm has. In the same form, machinery and building. So the total of asset sides always equal to the total of liability side. Liability side means the total of capital and liabilities. So total of capital and liabilities always equal to the total of asset. This is our accounting equation. So accounting equation means total of assets are always equal to the total of liabilities plus capital. Clear? To understand the term accounting equation properly, we have to consider one example. I am taking one solved example from your book and try to explain the term. So I am taking third example, that is related with Mr. Rakesh. Mr. Rakesh is a businessman and he commenced a business with cash. So first of all, you have to make sure in your mind that when we are starting accountancy, then accounts, business is a separate entity and businessman is a separate entity. Clear? So both are separate in accounting point of view. In legal point of view, it may be same, means in sole trade or in partnership form, unlimited liabilities are there, but in accounting point of view, you have to keep in your mind that business is a separate thing and businessman is a separate thing. So you have to prepare the accounts of a business unit, not a businessman. Okay, आपको accounts business के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बनाने हैं. बिजनेस में क्या आ रहा है, बिजनेस से क्या जा रहा है. यू हैव टू रिकॉर्ड ईच एंड एवरी फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजेक्शन रिगार्डिंग बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. Clear? Not businessman's point of view. सो बिज़नेस को जो प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, बिज़नेस को जो लॉस हो रहा है, आपने सिर्फ उसी को ही रिकॉर्ड करना है। बिज़नेस में जो आ रहा है, बिज़नेस से जो जा रहा है, आपने उसी को रिकॉर्ड करना है। आपने बिजनेसमैन को क्या प्रॉफिट या लॉस हो रहा है वो चीज़ कंसीडर नहीं करनी। सो यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर योर अकाउंट्स regarding a business unit only. So let's start. First transaction is Rakesh commenced business with cash. So firstly, the first function, or you can say the first process of accounting is you have to consider that this transaction is a financial transaction or not a financial transaction, because this affects business financially. So we have to consider it as a financial transaction. So this is a financial transaction, and this is also measurable in the form of money. So second feature of accountancy is also clear. Now we have to pick two aspects of this transaction. So this is a financial transaction. Every financial transaction has their two aspects. So we have to pick two major aspects in this transaction. So first one is Rakesh commenced business with cash. So first major aspect is cash, because cash is comes in form regarding business में cash आ रही है. So this is a major aspect you have to record. business में cash आ रही है. And second one is Rakesh invested that amount of cash as a capital in business. Capital means the amount which is invested by a proprietor, or you can say the owner of the business in their business. So two main aspects are there. First one is cash and second one is capital. So cash is totally related with the asset side, property है आपकी. So you have to write down in asset side. And secondly, second major aspect is capital, and that one is related with liability. So you have to write down in liability side. Firstly, you have to prepare first column for serial number, second for transaction, and then you have to prepare assets. Clear? Each and every column for each and every asset. Next one is, because assets are always equal to liabilities plus capital, so next column is related with liabilities, and then you have to make a separate column for capital. Clear? आपने एसेट्स के लिए स्पेस छोड़ देना है. जैसे जैसे एसेट्स आपके ट्रांजैक्शन में, आपके क्वेश्चन में रिक्वायर्ड होंगी, देन यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर अ सेपरेट कॉलम फॉर ईच एंड एवरी asset. Clear? So very first transaction is Rakesh commenced business with cash. So two aspects are there. First one is cash and second one is capital. So you have to write down in serial number 1. Serial number 1 is there. Now you have to write down the transaction. The transaction is Rakesh commenced business with cash, and the cash amount is 1,50,000. You have to enter in cash column, because cash आपकी ऐड हो जाएगी, प्लस हो जाएगा कैश में ये. एंड इन द सेम फॉर्म यू हैव टू राइट डाउन द सेम अमाउंट ऑफ 1,50,000 इन कैपिटल कॉलम ऑल्सो, बिकॉज ये बिजनेस पे लाइबिलिटी है. बिजनेस इज लाइबल टू पे 1,50,000 टू मिस्टर राकेश. ठीक है, मिस्टर राकेश ने वो अमाउंट बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट किया है, और बिजनेस को जब भी राकेश की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी वो अमाउंट वापस करना पड़ेगा. सो दैट अमाउंट इज ट्रीटेड एज अ liability for that business. Next, second transaction is furniture purchased for cash. So you have to consider you have to pick two main aspects. First one is furniture. फर्नीचर आ रहा है बिजनेस में, फर्नीचर परचेज्ड फॉर कैश, एंड कैश जा रही है बिजनेस से क्योंकि कैश में परचेज किया है. सो यू हैव टू पिक टू मेजर एस्पेक्ट. First major aspect is furniture and second one is your cash. So furniture आ रहा है, then you have to maintain a separate column for furniture, and you have to add rupees 20,000 in furniture, and next you have to deduct your cash with the same amount. आपकी कैश जो है वो जा रही है. Clear? So cash is in goes out form. So you have to deduct from cash and you have to add in furniture. Clear? So after completing second point, second transaction, you have to verify that assets are equal to liability plus capital or not. So the total amount of cash 1,50,000 is invested and 20,000 is paid to furniture for the purchase of furniture. So remaining 1,30,000 is there, and in furniture you have now 20,000 furniture. So total amount of asset is 1,50,000, and in liability side you have 1,50,000 as a capital. So capital means capital plus liability is equal to the amount of total of asset 1,50,000. So your accounting equation is right. So your transaction dealing is also right. Next transaction is third transaction, that is purchased goods from Mahesh on credit. Credit means udhar, ठीक है, means the amount is not yet paid to Mr. Mahesh. So purchased goods, purchase word is only and only purchase and sale word is used for goods. Goods means the, you can say, the things in which a businessman is doing their business. A businessman is dealing in some kind of goods or products or things. That thing, that type of products are known as goods. जैसे मेरा अगर फर्नीचर का बिजनेस है तो फर्नीचर मेरे लिए गुड्स है, क्लियर। तो फर्नीचर को छोड़कर बाकी सारी चीज़ें मेरे लिए एसेट्स होंगी, ठीक है। लेकिन फर्नीचर को मैं मतलब फर्नीचर में अगर मेरा बिजनेस है तो वो मेरे लिए गुड्स हैं, ठीक है। उसके अलावा मैं कोई भी चीज़ परचेज़ करती हूँ, सपोज़ मशीनरी परचेज़ किया है या कंप्यूटर परचेज़ किया है, तो मैं उसको उस पर्टिकुलर नेम से ही डील करूँगी। मीन्स कंप्यूटर परचेज बाय मी और मशीनरी परचेज्ड बाय मी, सो आई हैव टू राइट डाउन in machinery column or in, you can say, computer column in balance sheet. But if I am dealing in a particular type of things, that type of goods, that type of things are treated as goods for me, and I have to write down in stock only. आपको गुड्स को स्टॉक में राइट करना है। गुड्स वो चीज़ें हैं जिसमें एक बिजनेसमैन अपना बिजनेस कर रहा है, जिसमें वो डील कर रहा है। सो परचेज्ड गुड्स फ्रॉम महेश on credit, clear। So two main aspects, first one is goods आ रही हैं, second one is you are liable to pay to Mr. Mahesh, clear। So you have to add in stock, you have to maintain one separate column of stock, and you have to add the same amount in stock, means 25,000 you have to add in stock, and in the same form you have to write down in liability side that Mr. Mahesh become your creditor, आपका creditor बन गए हैं आप। You are liable to pay a lump sum amount of 25,000 to Mr. Mahesh. So this is your burden, this is your liability. So you have to maintain a separate column in liability side, that is creditors column, and you have to write down 25,000 in that column, clear। Now you have to verify the accounting equation. Assets total 130 in cash, 20,000 in furniture, and 25,000 in stock. So total amount is 1,75,000. 130 plus 20 150, 150 plus 25 is equal to 175. So the total of liabilities plus capital, 25,000 in liability side as a creditor and 150 as a capital. So total is 175. So both sides total are equal, then you can say that accounting equation is verifiable. Come to the next, fourth transaction. Fourth transaction is goods sold costing rupees 10,000 to Mohan for cash in rupees 14,000. It means 10,000 के स्टॉक को आपने गोडाउन से निकाला, मीन्स द goods costing 10,000 you have sold with the amount 14,000, ठीक है। आपने मिस्टर मोहन को 10,000 की गुड्स को 14,000 में सेल कर लिया। सो इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज यू कैन से दैट मिस्टर राकेश इज़ अर्निंग रुपीज़ 4,000 एज अ प्रॉफिट, बिकॉज द cost of that type of goods is rupees 10,000, and the same type of stock, that same type of goods are sold to Mr. Mahesh for rupees 14,000. So 4,000 profit is there, and the major effects of this transaction is Firstly, our stock will deduct with the amount of 10,000. Secondly, the amount of cash is increased with the amount of 14,000 because business is receiving cash from Mr. Mohan of rupees 14,000. And third, and the major effect is rupees 4,000 profit. This will increase the invested amount in business. So look at this. In fourth transaction we have to add rupees 14,000 in cash column. Clear? Because we are receiving cash as a business. Next, goods of rupees 10,000 is deducted from stock because the cost value of that good that type of goods is rupees 10,000. Next, 4,000 profit is also there, so you have to add the amount of 4,000 in your capital. Means Mr. राकेश के बिजनेस की इन्वेस्टेड अमाउंट 4,000 रुपीज़ से बढ़ जाएगी because the same amount of profit is invested in the same business. Clear? So three effects are there. Firstly, you have to add in cash rupees 14,000. Secondly, you have to deduct cost value of stock in stock means 10,000 amount. Thirdly, you have to add rupees 4,000 in capital means it increase the invested amount of that businessman. Next and fifth transaction is additional capital introduced. What do you mean by additional capital? Additional capital means the amount or any type of goods which is invested by the owner during this session means after commencement of a business unit. If business required any type of additional investment, then if a businessman is investing that type of additional amount in their own business, then that type of amount is known as additional capital for that business unit. क्लियर? अगर एक पर्सन जो बिज़नेस स्टार्ट करता है, अगर उसको लगता है कि बिज़नेस चलाने के लिए उसको कुछ और पैसों की ज़रूरत है बिज़नेस में इन्वेस्ट करने की, और अगर वो ड्यूरिंग द सेशन मीन्स एक बार बिज़नेस स्टार्ट करने के बाद परमानेंटली कोई अमाउंट बिज़नेस में इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, देन दैट टाइप ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट इज़ नोन एज एडिशनल कैपिटल. सो यू हैव टू ट्रीट इट एज अ वेरी फर्स्ट स्टेप. क्लियर? जैसे हमने फर्स्ट पॉइंट में किया था, सो यू हैव टू डील इन द सेम फॉर्म. सो टू मेजर एस्पेक्ट्स आर देयर. फर्स्ट वन इज़ कैश आपका आएगा, सो इट विल इंक्रीज योर कैश बैलेंस, and secondly it will also increase your capital balance. So regarding fifth transaction, you have to add rupees 20,000 in cash, and then you have to add the same amount of 20,000 in your capital column. Clear? So after each and every transaction you have to verify the accounting equation. Now the total of cash after fifth transaction is 1,64,000. Total of furniture after this transaction is 20,000. Total of stock is 15,000, and this means all the three terms are equal to the total of 25,000 plus 1,74,000. So total of assets is equal to total of capital plus liability. So the next term is commission received in advance. This term has a wider meaning, so leave this term, we will do it at the end. सिक्स्थ टर्म आप छोड़ दो, अब बाद में मैं डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करूँगी. नेक्स्ट वन इज़ सेवेंथ इज़ पेड टू क्रेडिटर मिस्टर महेश इन फुल सेटलमेंट. मीन्स in this transaction business is paying the lump sum amount to Mr. Mahesh in full settlement. Means the amount that is paid to Mr. Mahesh is rupees 22,500. Clear? So firstly you have to find out that what is the total amount which a business is liable to pay to Mr. Mahesh. महेश को हमने कितना अमाउंट पे करना था? रुपीज़ 25,000 वी हैव टू पे रिगार्डिंग थर्ड ट्रांजेक्शन परचेज गुड्स फ्रॉम मिस्टर महेश ऑन क्रेडिट, and the amount the business is liable to pay, that is 25,000. And in this transaction, in 7 transaction, paid to creditor Mr. Mahesh in full settlement, means 25,000 के बदले में हम उसको 22,500 रुपीज़ पे कर रहे हैं, एंड दिस इज़ द फुल एंड फाइनल पेमेंट। मीन्स हम लोगों को बेनिफिट हो रहा है, मीन्स बिजनेस यूनिट को बेनिफिट हो रहा है यहाँ पे। क्लियर, 25,000 पे करना था हमने उसका और मिस्टर महेश को, एंड वी आर पेइंग 22,500। तो कितना बेनिफिट होगा उसको? 2,500 रुपीज़ का। Clear? So this is treated as a profit for business unit. So we have to pick the main aspects of the of that transaction, that is paid to creditor Mahesh in full settlement, means cash is in goes out form, means cash must be deducted with 22,500, and our creditor means Mr. Mahesh is not आर क्रेडिटर नाउ, मीन्स हमने जो मिस्टर महेश को अमाउंट पे करना था, जो हमें क्रेडिटर्स में शो हो रहा था 25,000, नाउ दैट अमाउंट इज़ पेड बाय द बिजनेस यूनिट। क्लियर? सो द इफेक्ट ऑफ दिस ट्रांजेक्शन इज, फर्स्टली आर कैश इज इन गोज आउट फॉर्म with the amount of 22,500, and secondly our creditors must be reduced with the 25,000 जो हमने पहले मिस्टर महेश को 25,000 की पेमेंट करनी थी, वो अब हमने नहीं करनी। सो वी हैव टू डिडक्ट द फुल अमाउंट फ्रॉम मिस्टर महेश अकाउंट। नाउ वी आर नॉट लाइबल टू पे एनीथिंग टू मिस्टर महेश बिकॉज दिस ट्रांजेक्शन इज़ रिलेटेड विद द फुल सेटलमेंट। हमने उसके साथ सेटलमेंट किया है और वो ये कह रहा है कि 25,000 के बदले में आप मुझे 22,500 दे दीजिए, आई एम सेटिस्फाइड, फुल्ली सेटिस्फाइड। सो देर इज़ नो लाइबिलिटी आफ्टर पेमेंट ऑफ 22,500 अगेंस्ट महेश रिगार्डिंग बिजनेस। सो बिजनेस यूनिट इज़ गेटिंग अ प्रॉफिट ऑफ 2,500, बिजनेस को 2,500 का प्रॉफिट हो रहा है। सो every amount which is related with the profit or loss you have to add or deduct or subtract from capital only। अगर business unit को कोई भी profit या loss होता है then you have to add, अगर profit है तो add हो जाएगा, अगर loss है then you have to subtract or deduct from capital only। So here a firm is that firm is getting a profit of 2,500, so you have to add in capital investment। So effect of this transaction is our cash is reduced with the amount of 22,500, our debtors our creditors are paid with the amount of 25,000, and business firm is getting a profit of 2,500। For this transaction the firm is having rupees 1,43,500 as cash, 20,000 as furniture and 15,000 as stock, and in the same form no liability is there, no creditor is there। Next capital is also there with the amount of 1,76,500। क्लियर? आपने एक स्टेप जो है वो स्किप किया है, दैट इज़ 6th commission received in advance, remember। क्लियर? So next transaction is sold goods costing rupees 15,000 for rupees 18,000, out of which 5,000 received in cash। Clear? So first of all you have to understand the same term. For dealing with the point 6 we have to understand the whole transaction। sold goods costing rupees 15,000 for 18,000, out of which 5,000 received in cash। So selling price of the goods is rupees 18,000, out of 18,000 amount 5,000 is received in cash and rest of the amount is not received yet, means it creates our debtors। ये amount हमने अभी अपने कस्टमर से लेना है। सो द अमाउंट विच वी हैव टू received from our debtor is related with the credit sale. क्लियर. सो इट क्रिएट्स योर क्रेडिट डेटर्स. ऐसा पैसा जो हमने लोगों से भी लेना है, यू हैव टू रिकॉर्ड इन द a separate column in a separate head that is considered as a debtor. So the amount which you have to recover as a business, you have to recover from your debtor, that is total selling amount is 18,000 and you have received 5,000 and 13,000 is still pending. You have to recover from your debtors. आपने अपने ये अमाउंट अपने डेटर्स से, अपने कस्टमर से रिसीव करना है. सो यू हैव टू मेंटेन अ सेपरेट कॉलम इन एसेट साइड दैट इज रिलेटेड विद योर डेटर्स and you have to write down 13,000 in that debtor column. Your cash will increase with the amount of 5,000 because you as a business unit you are receiving 5,000 in cash, and stock will reduce with their cost amount. means 15,000 का stock आपके stock में से reduce हो जाएगा. and next term you are getting benefit of rupees 3,000. So 3,000 benefit you have to write down, rupees 3,000 you have to write down in capital as a positive figure. means you have to record rupees 3,000 as a profit, and this profit will increase your capital, so you have to write down in capital column and you have to add rupees 3,000 in capital. So 4 aspects are there in this transaction. First one is cash received, so cash will increase with the amount of 5,000. Second aspect is your debtors will also increase with the amount of 13,000. Third one is stock will reduced with the amount of 15,000, and fourth one is capital is also increased with the amount of 3,000. so same you have to write down in your solution. So regarding 8th transaction, sold goods costing rupees 15,000 for 18,000, out of which 5,000 received in cash. You have to write down 5,000 in cash column. You have to increase your cash with the amount of 5,000, and you have to, next one is you have to reduce your stock with the amount of 15,000. next you have to create a separate column for debtor and you have to write down rupees 13,000 in debtor side. next you have to add your amount of profit in your invested amount, means in capital. so 4 main transactions are there regarding this financial transaction. next one is 9th and the second last point is depreciation on furniture provided at the rate of 10%. clear. if per annum word is not given, then you have to treat you have to assume that the depreciation you have to calculate for the whole year. firstly, what do you mean by depreciation? Depreciation means a continuous or permanent decrease in the value of fixed asset. as you have learned in last चैप्टर 2 बेसिक अकाउंटिंग टर्म. सो बिजनेस में जो फिक्स्ड एसेट्स होती हैं उसमें कॉन्टीन्यूसली परमानेंटली जो वियर और टीयर की वजह से, टूटने फूटने की वजह से, क्लियर, एक्सीडेंट्स की वजह से या ऑब्सोलेसेंस की वजह से जो उसकी अमाउंट में डिक्रीज़ हो जाता है, दैट डिक्रीज इज ट्रीटेड एज depreciation regarding that fixed asset. so you have to depreciate your furniture with 10%. clear. so firstly we have to find out the amount of furniture. Furniture is purchased in second column with cash and the amount of that furniture is 20,000. so you have to depreciate furniture with 10% because per annum word is not there. so you have to assume that the whole year's depreciation is there, means you have to find out 10% of 20,000. so that amount is 10% of 20,000 is equal to 2,000. so you have to write down that 2,000 amount you have to deduct from furniture firstly, then you have to, furniture में से आपका माइनस हो जाएगा because there is a decrease in the value of furniture, and secondly you have to reduce your invested amount, means you have to सब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम कैपिटल, आपको कैपिटल में से भी माइनस करना होगा क्योंकि आपका जो बिजनेस का जो इन्वेस्टेड अमाउंट था वो 2000 रुपीज़ से कम हो जाएगा. Clear? So effect of this transaction is your furniture will reduce with the amount of 2000, and secondly because this is a decrease in the value of fixed asset, means that furniture, and secondly your invested amount is also decreased with the amount of 2000. Now come to the sixth point, that is commission received in advance. So before doing this transaction I have to know the meaning of received in advance, outstanding expense, accrued income and unearned income. So main 4 terms are there and you have to know the meaning before doing this. So we have to clear that 4 concepts first. So main 4 important terms are there. Very first is outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses, or you can say that expenses due बट नॉट येट पेड, ऐसे खर्चे जो ड्यू हो गए हैं, देने बनते हैं, बट अभी बिजनेस यूनिट ने, अभी बिजनेस फॉर्म ने पे नहीं किए. क्लियर? सपोज बिजनेस जो है वो एक रेंट के बिल्डिंग पे जो है वो कर रहे हैं. सो उसका जो रेंट है वो अप्रैल का मंथ कंप्लीट हो गया है बट रेंट इज़ स्टिल पेंडिंग. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ expense means rent expense is treated as a outstanding rent, means outstanding expense. जो भी expense का head है you have to write down after outstanding word. So rent is outstanding, so you have to write down outstanding rent, means the rent is a type of expense which is due but not yet paid by business unit. क्लियर? सो ऐसे खर्चे जो बिजनेस यूनिट ने अभी पे नहीं किए लेकिन पे करने बनते हैं, ड्यू हो गए हैं, उनको आपने आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंस में लेना है. और जो भी एक्सपेंस का नेम है यू हैव टू राइट डाउन आफ्टर आउटस्टैंडिंग वर्ड. आउटस्टैंडिंग रेंट इज़ देयर. सपोज सैलरी ड्यू हो गई है, एम्प्लॉयज़ को सैलरी बिजनेसमैन ने पे नहीं की है, सो यू हैव टू राइट डाउन आउटस्टैंडिंग सैलरी. Outstanding wages you can write, outstanding rent is there, so you have to write down outstanding rent. So this is the liability of a business unit, a business firm. So you have to treat, in accounting equation you have to treat firstly the amount of capital, the amount of invested money is decreased, क्योंकि बिजनेस लाइबल तो है ही ना, उसको पे करने के लिए बिजनेस को पे तो करना ही पड़ेगा. सो द अमाउंट ऑफ इन्वेस्टेड अमाउंट is reduced with the same amount which is not yet paid. Secondly, the amount of liability is increased. ठीक है, आपकी बिजनेस की पेमेंट बनती है, बिजनेस इज लाइबल टू पे, सो यू हैव टू मेंटेन अ सेपरेट कॉलम, यू हैव टू ड्रॉ अ सेपरेट कॉलम with the name of outstanding rent if rent is outstanding. If salary is outstanding, then you have to write down outstanding salary and you have to write the same amount in adding form in that column. Clear? Next transaction is that, next term is that is prepaid expense. Prepaid, as the name is described, that is paid in advance. Pre means पहले, paid जो पे हो चुकी है. So that type of expense which is paid advancely is known as prepaid expense. Clear? Suppose May month is continuing. Clear? तो अभी मई का मंथ चल रहा है. So if business unit paid the rent of the month May in advance, then that type of expense is related as prepaid expense. So prepaid rent is there. ठीक है, अगर मई का रेंट जो है बिजनेस यूनिट एडवांस पे कर देता है तो आपको उस फिगर को प्रीपेड रेंट की तरह ट्रीट करना होगा. एंड रिगार्डिंग दिस टर्म 2 इफेक्ट्स आर ऑल्सो देयर. फर्स्ट वन इज बिकॉज यू आर पेइंग for that type of expense, so your cash must be reduced with the same amount. आप पे कर रहे हो उस अमाउंट को, एडवांस में पे किया है आपने तो कैश आपका जाएगा. सेकेंडली यू हैव टू मेंटेन अ सेपरेट कॉलम इन एसेट साइड एंड यू हैव टू राइट डाउन प्रीपेड एसेट, प्रीपेड रेंट. ये आपकी प्रॉपर्टी बन गई है, आप उस महीने के लिए उस मंथ तक वहाँ पे बिजनेस करने के लिए लाइबल हो जिस टाइम पीरियड तक का आपने एडवांस रेंट पे किया हुआ है. सो it becomes your property, it becomes your asset. So you have to write down in asset side by drawing a separate column, that is prepaid rent column. So you have to add the same figure in asset side and you have to subtract the same figure from asset side, means in cash column. Clear? So third term is accrued income, or you can say the income earned but not yet received. ऐसी इनकम जो आपने कमा ली है, बिजनेस ने कमा ली है लेकिन अभी उसे रिसीव नहीं हुई है, दैट इज रिलेटेड विद accrued income. So the effect of that transaction is your capital must be increased, invested amount is increased, because आपको अभी या नेक्स्ट मंथ या 15 days 1 year कभी भी आपको वो अमाउंट मिलेगा, बिकॉज यू have already earned that amount. So it will increase your invested amount. Secondly, it will increase your property. ये आपकी asset है, आपने वो income कमा ली है. So it will also increase your property or your assets. So you have to draw a separate column in accrued income in asset side as a accrued income, and you have to add the same amount. Means जो भी income आपकी accrued है, you have to write down that head. सपोज अगर हम एक एग्ज़ाम्पल लेते हैं यहाँ, पब्लिशर और सपोज राइटर, टू मेन पार्टीज़ हैं, और पब्लिशर और राइटर के बीच में सपोज एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है कि आपको एक बुक राइट करनी है. क्लियर? और जो राइटर है उसने बुक राइट करके पब्लिशर को दे दी है, बट नथिंग इज़ रिसीव्ड बाय दैट पर्सन, दैट राइटर. ठीक है? बट the contract amount, suppose 50,000 is the contract amount, and the writer is liable, writer has right to recover that amount of 50,000 from publisher. ठीक है? So that amount or you can say that income of writer is related with the accrued income. ऐसी इनकम जो उसने काम कर दिया है, उसने बुक राइट कर दी है, उसने अर्न कर लिया, वो इनकम ड्यू हो चुकी है, उसकी लेनी बनती है, लेकिन अभी उसको पब्लिशर ने दी नहीं है, उसको रिसीव नहीं हुई है, तो वो उसके इन्वेस्टेड अमाउंट को, ऐसी अगर कोई इनकम बिजनेस में है तो बिजनेस का इन्वेस्टेड अमाउंट इंक्रीज़ होगा और बिजनेस की प्रॉपर्टी इंक्रीज़ होगी. सो फॉर प्रॉपर्टी you have to maintain a separate column in asset side and you have to add the same amount in capital side also. Next and the last one is unearned income. You can say the income which is received in advance. देखो prepaid जो थे वो expense थे, expense which you have paid in advance, but this one is related with your income. Unearned income means the income which is not yet earned. अभी अर्न नहीं हुई है बट आपको रिसीव हो गई है इन एडवांस फॉर्म. सो इट विल इंक्रीज योर कैश बिकॉज यू हैव ऑलरेडी रिसीव दैट income, so it will increase your cash, and secondly it will increase your liability also. क्लियर? अगर आप उस पर्सन का वो काम नहीं करोगे जिसके बदले में उसने आपको एडवांस इनकम दी है, तो वो आपसे वो अमाउंट वापस ले सकता है. सो इट विल ऑल्सो इंक्रीज योर लाइबिलिटी. सो यू हैव टू राइट डाउन इन लाइबिलिटी कॉलम एंड यू हैव टू mention that liability, that amount in liability side. So you have to increase in cash as well as you have to increase your liability. Clear? Now come to the point 6, that is commission received in advance. Means this is treated as a income for business unit. Clear? ये business के लिए एक income है जो उसने एडवांस में रिसीव कर ली है. सो दिस इज़ अनअर्न्ड टाइप ऑफ इनकम, जो अभी उसने कमाई नहीं है, एडवांस उसके पास आ गई है बिजनेस के पास. सो यू हैव टू ट्रीट एज अ अनअर्न्ड इनकम. दैट ट्रांजेक्शन यू हैव टू ट्रीट एज अ अनअर्न्ड इनकम. So for this you have to, because this amount is received by the business unit, you have to increase your cash, and secondly it will also increase your liability. So you have to write down in liability side commission received in advance, you have to write down, and you have to write the amount of 2000 in this column in liability side. Clear? So it will increase your cash as well as it will increase your liability. So I hope all the points regarding this chapter means to maintain accounting equation, all the points are clear. If you have any type of query, then you can message or call me.